don't we show all the police officers your nice little torture chamber in Manchester that you conveniently shut down 2 weeks after we exposed it. Wow, that was bad PR, wasn't it? But we know you've got two more gas chambers. Have you seen Pignorant? Have you seen how we exposed your gas chamber? You fools, you fools. You think you can get away with abusing animals in gas chambers and no one found out? You think you can get away with that? You lying, corporate, animal abusing scum.
And then the door comes closing down behind the pigs.
I can hear them screams. I can see that river of blood. It stays with me. It stays with me every day.
I don't think there's any such thing as humane slaughter. Those animals do not want to die.
Pigs are naturally very intelligent animals and they can see what's happening, smell, feel.
For months, I studied gas chamber blueprints. In order to expose what was happening to the pigs in the gas, I needed to install multiple cameras inside the chambers. I had to consider so many different variables. Any mistake could be fatal.
The tension in the room, you could cut it with a knife.
So my heart's pounding, my body was saying, get the hell out of here.
My worst nightmares were coming through. I'd have to leave it.
If I'm not willing to risk my life to expose what's happening to them, then I don't really care about it enough.
See that building just there? That's it. Yeah, park on the right-hand side here.
Okay, yeah, go.
These are the screams of the pigs that you kill in CO2 gas chambers. Shame on you! Pilgrims, Prada, animal abusers, listen to their screams. How do you live with yourself making money off of torture? Gas is torture, stop the slaughter. Do you work here? Listen to their screams. Do you work for these scumbags? Shame on you, animal abusers. Listen to the screams of your victims. Corporate scumbags. How sickening and vile. These screams come straight out of a CO2 gas chamber. Where's the transparency, pilgrims? You know exactly what we're talking about. Humane washing, torture, lies. Do you even know what goes on in your gas chambers? You lying scumbags. How do you live with yourself? How long have you been torturing these beautiful animals? How do you sleep at night hearing the screams of those desperate 6-month-old pigs as they suffer in darkness in their own? Everyone knows now, it's on Amazon Prime for the world to see. It's out there for everyone to see forever. You are torturing animals and claiming that you have the high welfare standards. Nonsense! Animal abusers, shame on you!
Shame on you! Shame on you!
Why do you work for them? They are scumbags. Quit your job. Why would you take a paycheck from these scumbags? They are scum who torture animals. Innocent animals who can't defend themselves. Baby animals being butchered and gassed and suffering. Their innocent blood is on your hands. Hiding behind your corporation. But you're made up of individuals. Individuals who help make this business a success. We see you over in America getting contracts with California. We see you over in Asia trying to torture more pigs. Corporate scumbags, how do you live with yourself? Corporate scumbags, how do you live with yourself? Gassing pigs. Shame on you! 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 Pilgrims, Prada, animal abusers! 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 to the public, manipulate the public's compassion. Shame on pilgrims! If you think vegans are loud, you should hear the screams inside of your own gas chamber. Did you see the workers bash the pigs with an iron bar? You corporate scum who have nice clean hands, but there's blood all over you. We see straight through you. You like to just put out the nice propaganda with your PR campaigns and nonsense, and you lie to the public. Your dirty secrets are no longer hidden. You cannot hide behind secrecy. Animal abusers!
Pilgrims Pride are animal abusers.
Okay, so there's a couple of different options we've got for you. So one of the options is, are there any more people planning to turn up that you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of, but we hope so.
Okay, that's fine. I just didn't know if you've got any more people that you've got that you're aware of turning up.
We hope so, yeah. If you just want to join us, you're welcome to. When you knock off, they're torturing pigs, so.
How long are we, what's the plan for staying for?
We're thinking first 3 weeks, but then we might, maybe 6 weeks, will just depend on, yeah. So you can bring earplugs in so you can work, but.
If we move our cars then, are you happy to go and stand in those labours?
More than happy to protest legally for this.
Okay, yeah. we'll get the cars moved.
Thank you very much, appreciate it. The kind officers have given us a nice space here to shame pilgrims for their animal abuse. Someone get up the Pilgrims website and Google who works in this establishment. I think the public will be very interested to know who is propping up torture chambers in the UK. Who are these RSPCA officials signing off on this disgusting torture? Shame on all of you. All of you are complicit in the worst kind of animal torture. Who is the chief executive of this torture company? Can someone get up his name? Is it Ivan Sequeira, former head of Brazilian meat group Sierra Foods? Interesting. Interesting. Haven't made enough money over there destroying the rainforest in Brazil. Thought you'd come over here and torture some pigs in gas chambers too, eh? Scumbag! How do you sleep at night? Who works on the propaganda campaigns? Who works on the humane lies? Who works on tricking the public? Who works on securing more contracts overseas? Who? Did you buy that Mercedes-Benz with money made off the suffering of innocent animals? Did you buy these expensive sports cars propping up an industry that tortures animals? Do you have children? Do your children know that you torture? Does your family schools know that you are animal torturers? I wonder what they would think about it. Worst kind of killing and lying to the public. We are committed to keeping animals safe, comfortable and healthy. High standards across our UK and global supply chains. What a load of shit! We have a responsibility to be a leader in animal welfare. Oh, you're the leader, are you? Well, I'd hate to see the one that's fallen behind. If the leader tortures pigs in gas chambers, how can you live with yourself, you lying propagandist? Your propaganda puts Hitler to shame. Officer, is there anything you can do? These people are making me uncomfortable. I hope you're uncomfortable because you torture pigs in gas chambers. All right, we're gonna go now. See ya. We're not going. We're not going to let you off the hook. Yeah. Shame on you, pilgrims, you animal-abusing scumbags. RSPCA assured, free-range, bullcrap. You know what happens in your gas chambers. You've seen the footage. You are accountable in torturing these poor, innocent, intelligent beings. They are exactly like dogs in every way that matters, and you are making bank off of their suffering. How can you sleep at night? How do you live with yourself whilst pigs are screaming and begging for mercy in your torture chambers? Every single one of you sitting in that office right now are complicit in horrific torture. We don't want you to change the gas. We don't want you to find a humane alternative. We know what the alternative is. You have failed. You have failed the British public. You have constantly abused the animals for money. The only alternative is for you to shut down. Shut them down. I've sifted through hours and hours of your torture, and we've only released 3 minutes so far. Maybe I'll release everything, every single pig that suffered in your gas chamber that night. 1 day of slaughter, 1 night of placement of cameras, and that's what we saw on a random day? Listen to their screams! I hope they sink into your mind and you can never forget them. Listen to their voices! It doesn't stop at pigs. We know you murder chickens, factory farm chickens who cannot support their body weight and die on their faces in farms. We know you send them to a gas chamber too. Is any animal safe from pilgrims? Is any animal safe? Shame on pilgrims!
Shame on pilgrims!
Shame! You are corporate scum. You have no soul. You have no empathy.
More people are going to join this fight. Do you want to be on the wrong side of history? Or do you want to join us in fighting for the liberation of these animals? To the activists that have stood here today, be proud of yourselves. We're fighting against the biggest injustice. Listen to those screams. That is what you pay for if you buy products from Pilgrim's Pride. Today is the day to make the change.
The whole of the UK will know what you have done. You disgusting animal abusers! You are sick to do this to sentient beings. We won't let you forget. Their screams will haunt you at night.
Did you have a nice, comfortable 9 months not doing nothing about the gas chamber expose? Did you? Hoping it goes away. Hoping we all forget. But then Pignorant comes out, and then you can no longer hide. Did you think I'd forgotten? Did you think we would let you get away with it? Anyone would think that hearing those screams would bring out an ounce of empathy. Do you not have an ounce of empathy? Why aren't you doing anything about their screams? For mercy! Why aren't you shutting down your disgusting torture chambers? Why? We want to know what you have done for the last 9 months. You shut down one. Why have you not taken action by shutting down all of your gas chambers? They are innocent beings and vulnerable beings and have no protection. So you, corporate animal abusing scumbags, can aid and abet in their slaughter with impunity. Have you seen the footage from your torture chambers? They suffer to death in their own feces. Infant animals who have no comprehension of what's happening to them. How can you live with yourself? Honestly, they are literally, by definition, torturing animals for money. If you had even an ounce of empathy, it doesn't take much. You would see that working at Pilgrims means that you're complicit in animal torture. You cannot avoid it. Whilst you have your gas chambers operating, you are knowingly complicit in the torture of sentient beings, conscious beings, curious beings, playful beings, beautiful animals, and you torment them and torture them for a paycheck. Why did you remain silent while these pigs scream for mercy? Where is your humanity? History will remember you, but there's still time to leave the company. Still time to make amends. Still time for you to turn this around. Because now you know what Pilgrims are doing to pigs. If you haven't seen, turn on the TV and watch Pignorant. You still have an opportunity to turn your life around. I turned my life around, and even an ex-gang member can understand kindergarten ethics. The worst kind of animal abuse. The worst. Because once you've seen it, how can you continue to work? You didn't know. Now you know. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to leave this animal torturing company? Or are you going to continue to put your hard work and effort and ingenuity into torturing more pigs? You have a decision to make. Look at the footage and decide if you want to prop up a company like this. Shame on you. How do you live with yourself? Scream for their lives in CO2 gas chambers. Listen to them. Listen to them. Shame on you. How do you sleep at night? Did you buy that Mercedes off of the suffering and blood of slaughtered pigs? Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame.
Shame on you.
Shame, shame, shame on you.
Shame on you.
Animal abusers. Let's let the public know the faces behind the torture chambers. Shame on Pilgrims. Look at us. Listen to their screams of these 6-month-old pigs that are getting lowered into CO2 gas chambers and suffer and die.
It's not just about this company, it's about the entire industry actually. It's not just about the pork industry, other industries that violate the rights of animals, and they either torture them or they murder them. And they do so with impunity. And companies like this, Pilgrims, here comes Nick.
Shame on you.
Hey Nick, you scumbag!
Shame on you. Baby killer.
Hey Nick!
Murderer.
We know you've seen the footage. We know you've seen the footage. Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on
keep propagating fairy tales to the public so they don't know that they're actually purchasing some of the most horrific animal abuse and torture on earth. Shame on this company and all the rest of them that operate gas chambers. And yeah, thank you all for coming out here today.
Well done.
Keep speaking up for the animals.